Hi guys, this video I'm making today is going to be on making corrugated iron for your dioramas, or if you building some sort of work truck and you want to put it, sorry about the camera, I'm just straighten it up a bit. If you're building like a work truck and you want to put some sheets in the back of it for a bit more detail or anything like that, or you can use them as roller doors and stuff, but it's mainly for dioramas. And I use it all the time for roofing and fences and now roller doors as well. I'll put some examples after the video just to show you what I've done with it so far. I started using cardboard, the corrugated cardboard you buy, and it looks okay on top of a roof, but with dioramas, if you're building so you can want to see inside, you want to take photos inside, or if people look in your dioramas, if you take them to a show or whatever, and they look up, your roof's going to look like a sheet of cardboard from the inside. So with corrugated iron that you make yourself, when you look inside the building, as here with this is a cover for us for a service station diorama I'm doing. So when you look under the awning, it looks like a real awning. It doesn't just have like flat cardboard and then the beams and stuff. So it's another level of realism that you'll get, which really adds to every diorama. And if you're doing a diorama with, say you're doing like a garage, like a backyard garage or something, and you have a pitched roof, and when you look inside, you're going to see a lot of the inside of the roof. So you're better off having detail on that as well. It just makes your dioramas look so much more realistic. And with fences as well, if you got it on display like on a table and people walk around the diorama, they can, from the other side of the fence, they can see that they're looking like, looks like they're looking over someone's back fence instead of just having a dodgy bit of cardboard there. And also, if you're doing everything to scale, the thickness of this as well is pretty good to scale. Well, looks to scale. It's not actually to scale because it would end up being still 1/2 inch thick corrugated steel, or we'll say in Australian terms 15 mil. It'd be thick, which is a big thick bit of thing. But with cardboard is probably 1 millimeter or so. That's an inch or 3 centimeters thick. So if you look from the top, your fence iron will be 3 centimeters or 1 inch thick, which is not very realistic, really. So we can step up our game and make it look even better. So I'll get into it. I'll just put this somewhere safe because it took a while to build that. So what we need is one of these. It is a paper crimper. Hopefully my accent doesn't confuse people like I've had comments before. I'm sorry about that. I'm Australian and it's how we speak. So it is, this here is a Fisker's paper crimper. I've even wrote a note for you guys. You get them from, this one in Australia come from Spotlight. You can also get them on eBay in the US and other places. I'm not sure. You're going to do a bit of research. When you're building dioramas, you will do a lot of Googling, so you might as well start here. And I paid, I think from Spotlight was $29.95, I believe, or might have even been $25. I'm not quite sure because I had it quite a few years. I've made maybe 10 dioramas with roofs and stuff with it, so it's really paying for itself. And I've made sheets for my friends and sent them to them. I just made some for my friend Nathan at Grubby's Speed Shop. He's doing a diorama, one of his first ones, so I wanted to help him out and I want to make it awesome. So we need that. These are really easy. So you need that. You need to go to a supermarket or a $2 shop or whatever and get some of these foil trays. The size doesn't matter as long as you can get what you need out of it. You can use pretty much all of it. Anything you don't use is these really dodgy corners, so you cut them out, and you don't use this rail on the side, this round bit. This one here is pretty big. It's like 43 by 33, and at the reject shop the other day I paid $2 each for them. So you then cut it out, and you end up with dodgy bits like this. So I just cut them roughly. I just hack them out. So be careful of these edges here because they are sharp and you will cut yourself. So be careful, cut it out. I just cut out the whole bottom. I've used this to make sheets already, so this is just like an off-cut bit. You end up with a big sheet, then you work out the size of the corrugated iron you want. If you want to use factory size sheets, just go online and just Google corrugated iron sheets, and it'll tell you what sizes they make. Lucky for us, they do lots of different sizes, so if you're still going to scale, it's not really going to make that much difference if you're a little bit out on these, because they make them and they cut them when they're installing them anyway. So what I sometimes do, if I want to make a whole bunch of them, for like if I'm doing a big roof and I need sheets, or if I'm doing a fence and I need 20 or 30, I make a template out of a piece of cardboard, and then I just simply put it on there and then get my ruler and then cut around it with a knife. Usually takes one good go with a knife and it should cut, or you get most of the way through and you can just twist it backwards and forwards and it'll break off. You can use scissors as well. It doesn't matter if it gets all bent up, because the crimper usually takes a lot of that out. And also, a lot of that stuff in the corrugated iron makes it look a bit dinted and stuff, like it's weathered, and sometimes that gives to it. But if you want to go for a newer door look, say you build a garage, you want to make like a new garage, which I never do because I don't like the look of a brand new garage on my dioramas. All you do is get something flat. This is just a piece of MDF. I used to use this in my table, but as you can see, it's got so much glue and paint on it, it's no longer classed as flat. And all you do is get something round. This knife has a round end on it. You can use like a screwdriver, like the end of a screwdriver, anything that's just round and hard, with no hard edges. And all you do is I'll just do a little bit here. Remember, this is going to be painted as well. So all you do is just rub out the creases of these if you don't want the creases in there. And as you can see, it's pretty smooth. I'm just using this knife because it was here. I usually use a screwdriver, but I'm not going to go around because I've been at home building in this lockdown, so I've got crap everywhere. So this takes hardly any time at all. You just rub it out like this. I'm just rushing this, but I'll probably use this sheet anyway because I like all my diorama corrugated iron really rough. Looks like it's been kicked and people try to climb fences and hail land on roofs and stuff. So you get your sheet. It's fairly flat now. If you if you intend on painting these, you can also now just give this a bit of a quick sand with some just normal sandpaper, probably like 800 grit or something like that. It just makes the paint stick, because this will reject paint if you're mucking around with the paint in there, like doing weathering and stuff. Now, this is super easy now. All you do is you just put it in your crimper. Just push it in so it's like, you can feel it lock into the teeth, so it's square. That's probably not that square there. Like that. Hold it down tight. Roll it. And then, it depends on what variation of the corrugation you want. This is how many times you roll it. Hopefully you can see here. It's still quite flat. So all you do is take it, and then I just bend them flat again, and then put it back through. You can just put it in there, and you can feel it lock into the teeth, so it will roll out properly again. Roll again, and each time you roll it, it gets more defined. I usually just do 2, but I'll do another one. You can even roll backwards and forwards like this. That sometimes makes it good. Remember, this was designed for paper, so with us rolling this thin aluminium through it, we've got to put a bit more effort into making the pattern, but that's done like that now. As you can see, I didn't put it in square, because the corrugations don't run parallel to the ends, but I can now come along and straighten that up. I'll actually do that now just to show you. Each time I'll just use scissors. Each time you cut this, when you're going across, if you trim across that way, it's fine. If you cut this way across the corrugations, it will tend to flatten the corrugations out, but because it's tin, just put it through your roller again and it fixes it, so it's perfect again. And then all you do is just build all your framework and just glue it on. I just use super glue, and it's a bit of a pain to stick down, but if you persevere with it, you can stick it down, and then you just weather it. I just use acrylic paint to weather. I use just normal rust, or your usual rust paints. Like I use life color rust colors, and then I just sponge on or whatever, and then to get whatever effect I want. Alright, that's about it. It's a cool little additive to your dioramas, and as I said, if you're going to build a few dioramas or a big diorama, you need lots of it. This is cheaper than buying it. I have seen it online for sale. I think like an A4 sheet, not even that, I think it was the A6 sheet was maybe $5 of the steel. If you're going to use styrene, it's like $12 for about an A4 sheet, which is quite expensive, considering for one diorama you might use 5 sheets, which is a lot of money to put out. Whereas one of these, you could have bought one of these and just built corrugated iron for the rest of your life. Alright, thank you.